When can I redo the nanoplasty if I need in my client's hair? Welcome to SOS Flora. This is a program that happens every Monday and Wednesday. Today I'm a bit sick. Everyone at home is sick, but I'm not gonna let you down. And I'm here to teach you, hairdresser, how to achieve the OMG effect straightening in any hair type. Apologize for my voice. I've got a bit of cold and flu and everything that is sickness today. Oh, all my kids, my husband, everyone. But the life is okay. I'm here in the comfort of my place. But I want to talk to you about redoing the hair. And I just want to make a differentiation because I'm not talking now about regrowth, okay? I'm located in Moorebank, Sarah. I'm in Moorebank, New South Wales, okay? I am in Moorebank. Today I'm not talking about regrowth. I'm talking about if I have to redo my client's hair because there is a kink or there is a curl or the hair didn't become straight 100%, I missed something, when can I redo the hair? And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Welcome. My name is MJ. I'm a nanoplasty specialist. And today you're going to learn about how can I redo my client's hair? How and when? And today I'm going to talk about that. Again, apologize for my voice. I'm very, I lost my voice due, cold and flu. So this week was a bit, complicated. But I decided to do the live anyway because I know that you guys wait for that. And there is so many people waiting for the answer for this. So much that I was talking right now to a client inbox. She messaged me and said, MJ, I've got a client with a really coarse hair on the roots. And I've done the nanoplasty for her, but I feel that her roots didn't take it. When can I redo it? Because I know that I've missed something there. There is something that was missing. What was missing? And also when I can redo it. So then I decided to do the live and I say to her, watch the live because I'm going to be talking about that. So again, I'm not talking about regrowth today. When can I do the regrowth? That's not the one that I'm answering today. I've done the live last week only about that. Today I'm talking about redo. When I have to redo by something, or the product didn't take it, or they under medication, or just the heat wasn't enough, I didn't use the right products, I didn't use the right technique. When can I redo this hair? So one thing that I need to talk to you about before talking about the redo is every time we are doing someone with some different specification, that's where we get majority of the issues. Because over the weekend I was talking also with someone very special, and she said to me, I've been using different brands of nanoplasty, I think about 3 or 4, and they all work really well when you have a standard virgin hair that it's not really curly, it's just a bit frizzy. But then when it comes down to coarse, dehydrated, over-processed, bleached, very frizzy, damaged, then I can't rely on them because I feel that the product just don't work. And then I was explaining to her that the concept of one solution fits everyone, it doesn't really align with my way of thinking about hair. I don't think that hair is a standard thing, exactly like face. I can't use the same cream that my mom uses or my sister uses because as much as we are the same family, we have completely different skin type. I've got very dry skin. My sister very oily. My mom has a bit of both. Nose very oily, forehead very oily, but then cheeks very dry. So I can't grab my mom's cream and I pass on my face because the necessity of my skin is different. And on hair is exactly the same. And we all know, whoever works with straightening or smoothing for a long time, we all know that the type of people that look for us, look for our work, is the ones that the hair are really difficult to deal. So they come to us as a savior. Please save my life, save my days, save my time, save my frustrations in the morning. So when they come to us, the hair are not really nice. The hair, like, they've tried everything. The hair is so damaged and really dry and really coarse, and one texture here, one texture there. And if we are only specialists in virgin, nice, and hair that is just a little bit wavy, when these people come to you, you will always feel that you can't deliver it. So on Nanoplasty by Floractive, I think one of the things that it's most important for me is the education, because when you have the education, you no more fear any hair type. If someone arrives to you and say, I've done perm in my hair and my hair is extremely brittle on the ends and I just need to do the nanoplasty because I can't stand my hair curly anymore and I can't stand having to pass the straightener all the time, you know what to do. You're like, okay, I know how to analyze your fiber. Your fiber is needing this, this, and that, and I will be able to do the nanoplasty. And this is what I preach, because this is what I believe. This is what I do. I don't do anybody's hair following the same steps. And I really don't sell to the public, because the public do exactly like that. If I tell them, you need to do 15 passes, you can't do this, you can't do that, they're going to take this as a standard. They're not going to be able to think on their own because they're not hair specialists. Understand? I only sell to hairdressers because I need to count that you will be able to do this analysis on your own. Okay, so this temperature here is not really ideal. So I need to use a hotter temperature for you, even though it's the standard for this kind of temperature. But I feel that I need to go a bit higher to get you to where you need to go. Or the standard is this temperature here, but your hair cannot support this temperature. I need to go a bit lower. So I need to count with the basics of hair analysis. Obviously that we have an amazing supporting team, and whoever knows me and my team knows that we're very serious about support. There is no Saturday or Sunday. We always messaging you. I've got a support team that is 24/7 pretty much, especially for the nanoplasty students. They have support as long as they need during the time, obviously, that we promise, because we can't promise support 24/7 to everyone for more than 1,000 hairdressers that are part of the course, or more than 3,200 hairdressers that are part of the Nanoplasty family, Nanoplasty by Floractive family. But we give support as much as we can to make you feel safe, okay? So let's talk about redo, because that's what you're here for. Redo. When we need to do the redo, we first need to understand why we need to do the redo. Why we need to redo the nanoplasty. Because sometimes, you know what happened once? There was this lady, lovely. She was so lovely. She's done the nanoplasty in this lady. Her hair was blonde. She didn't do the pre-treatment. And then the hair became a bit frizzy on the ends. So she called me and said, MJ, what can I do for this client? And then I say, do the nanoplasty for her again, but then follow the steps of the pre-treatment. She didn't follow again. She did the nanoplasty again without following. So the hair was thirsty. The hair was needing hydration before the nanoplasty. So then she said, I didn't have the pre-treatment on me and I've done the nanoplasty again and I feel that the ends are still a bit frizzy. What can I do? So I send one of my technicians to her. And when my technician arrived, she's like, she doesn't need nanoplasty whatsoever. She just need the macadamia treatment to enhance the hydration. And then the hydration back, these ends will get silk again. They finished the macadamia treatment and the ends were spotless. She didn't have to redo the nanoplasty. So what I need you guys to see is, do I really need to do the nanoplasty again? Or I just need to give a good mask at the end because I didn't do the mask at the beginning. So that's what you need to understand. If the hair is still wavy, it's still curly, you put water on the hair at the end and you feel that the hair is not straight, it's definitely missing temperature. Definitely is missing temperature. Obviously that it's not only temperature. I'm counting that you covered everything. What is everything, MJ? You applied enough product. What is enough product? I received a message over the weekend of someone saying, I'm spending about 300 mils in each hair. I think I'm doing a bit too much. And I say, you are thinking 300 mils for a hair? Oh, this is so much. So much. 300 mils. I think I never used, not even like in really afro, really buffy, really frizzy. I never used 300 mils. 300 mils is way too much. So I say to her, you don't need to use 300 mils for every hair, please. You need to use enough to cover the fiber. The hair shouldn't be dripping, dripping, dripping at the end. You know what I mean? I need to do my nanoplasty. Look at this, my natural hair growing and creating. It still looks really good. I can live my life with. But the curls are growing because my hair is really curly, guys. Don't be fooled by the way my hair looks because it's really curly. You can see the curls growing back. So I say to her, way too much. So when it's enough, MJ, you're going to tap the hair. And the hair needs to make that noise. You need to tap the hair. You pass the product on the hair and you tap. It needs to make that sound that the hair has product. If you pass the product and you tap the hair and it doesn't do any, it means that maybe it's not enough. Or you finish the nanoplasty application and you feel that the hair is already dry, it's not enough. But you finish the nanoplasty and you pass the hands on the hair and you feel that it's coming out a lot of product, it's too much. It's way too much. Because what's going to happen to this hair that it's oversaturated? You're going to clip. You're going to put a cap. The cap will produce heat, not the external heat. The heat from the scalp. And that heat will start making the product a little bit more liquid. And if the product is in over excess, it will start dripping and dripping and dripping. And that drip will fall on the neck, which is very sensitive, and it's not supposed to receive the product. The neck are not the ideal location for the product to sit. That's why you always put a towel, you always put the hair up in the bun. You know, I see a lot of people that do it wrong, but unfortunately this is how it is, you know. My duty is explaining and explaining over and over and over again. And I'm here again. Why do I divide the hair and why I put the hair up like this in a bun? Why? So I release the pressure on the neck. I don't want the hair to be sitting like this for 1 hour on the neck of my client, because this is an acidic base. Acidic base, guys, have a similarity to lemon. Lemon on the skin directly can create this itchy burn or even changing the color a little bit. Nanoplasty will not change the color, obviously, because we don't have all the components of the lemon, but will be itching. And it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be on the neck. It shouldn't be on the ear. So when you put the cap, put the ear out of the cap. The hair should receive the cap, not the ear. So never put the ear inside. So this is something very subtle that I still see people doing it. Any treatment, if you're doing any treatment on hair, the ear shouldn't be in, should always be out, because products has components that are made for the hair strand that are not made for skin. Understand? Only kids products are allowed to touch the skin, really. Obviously, products that are supposed to use on shampoo and conditioner and all that, they have the ingredients to treat the hair, but also it's allowed to touch the skin, but not even to leave on the skin. You're not supposed to leave shampoo or conditioner on the skin, you know, because the pH of those products are very different than the skin. Anyway, I'm just going off track now. Let's go back. So when I do the treatment, I make sure that I have enough. If I have enough, I left it on for the right amount of time. I rinse it out, all the product, or at least 90% of the product out. All that greasy feeling. The hair shouldn't feel greasy. The water shouldn't feel whitey, milky. The water shouldn't feel like that. And if you are using a solution where you need to leave the product on, you will know this is not a nano solution. First of all, this is something that needs to be clear in your mind. If you need to leave the product on, the product is not nano, because a nano solution will be inside of the hair. There is no need of leaving the product on the outside. Anyway, you rinse it out everything, you blast it dry, you use the right temperature. You go to the basin and you wash the hair, and the hair, especially in this part here, gets crinky or gets curly. It wasn't enough heat. MJ, I've used the heat that you said. You know, I follow all your steps. I know. But some hairs will have different reactions. This is human beings. I don't know everyone that comes to you. For example, last week I had a student. She came to me saying, MJ, I need your help. I really need your help. I've been doing hairs, but this middle here, it's not getting straight. I knew the problem, guys. I told her, honey, you are not using enough heat. She said, I am, MJ, I'm using enough heat. So I said to her, okay, come to my place. Let's do a hair together. I had like so short time that day. I've done a live in between the helping her, but I'm always here to help. I think this is my duty as a nanoplasty specialist, as a teacher, and as someone that sells this product. This is my first duty. It's not sell, it's support for who I sell. I think this is the major thing for brands out there. They're very worried about selling. They're not worried about sport. So I say to her, come back. Let's do it together. So when I saw the hair, I say to her, we need to use about 410 for her. But when I passed the straightener on the hair was still feeling a bit greasy. You know, not greasy, but a bit wet. So I was passing the straightener and the hair was still feeling a bit wet. So I had to increase for 430 Fahrenheit, which is about 230 degrees. And then I say, it's still not feeling the way it should. Let's go to 150, 480. And the hair supported. So we went to 150 and the hair turned out amazing. So she said to me, okay, MJ, I understood now. I'm not testing. I'm not going above. I'm not testing. I'm just going by standard, by the book. And then I say to her, honey, I don't sell to non-professionals because of that. Because they're going to go by the book. And you are a hairdresser. You go by the way the hair reacts. So I know that there is a standard temperature. But you need to test. How I do. I start here at the back. Which is the most, normally the most coarser part of the hair. So this part is normally the curlier, the coarser, the frizzier. Normally, some people, this part is the best part of the hair. But naturally, most common case, this is the worst part of the hair. So that's where I try. So how I do. The hair is blonde. The hair is blonde. I'm not supposed to go to 110 or above 210 for blonde hair. But some hair types will receive the heat. My hair, as thin as it is, support 230. Obviously that I use the spray to enhance the hydration. I never go to 130 because I don't really like my hair really straight. So I like to use 410, which is 210 on the roots. And then I pass a little bit less on the ends. Not me, my sister. Because I just can't do this on my own. So you need to test. Some hairs will allow you to go up a little bit. MJ, when is the time to stop? When you see the color changing on the blonde. Blonde is the best type of hair to tell us what to do because the hair changes the color. So if you are using a temperature and you see no change at all on the blonde, it's not right. And I will explain why. And I need you guys to pay a lot of attention on that. Pay attention. We've got a purple solution. Why we have a purple solution? A purple solution. Let me see if I have got a bottle here. Okay, let's imagine that this is a bottle. We've got the brown solution and the purple. The brown solution is a pure solution. Pure. What I mean by that? It's pure because it's clean. You don't have any additives of color, pigmentation or anything. So it's naturally stronger. Then we have the purple. The purple is naturally weaker because you have the pigment, the blacks, the protectors, and everything that are made for blonde hair. So when you apply the purple solution on someone's hair, the hair are supposed to change the color to a purple color or a more ashier color. Pay a lot of attention on that, guys. So I apply the solution on purple hair, on blonde hair, the purple solution. It becomes a bit more ashy. And if I'm passing the straightener and the color is continuing to be ashy, there is no change on the color, which means it's maybe not enough heat. What do you mean, MJ? The color needs to change, get orange? I'm not saying that it needs to go orange, but it needs to go back to the color that it was. So if your client have a platinum blonde, it will be very, very white. When you apply the purple solution, the hair will be purple. So if you finish in low temperature, this hair will be purple at the end. And she's going to leave the salon feeling that she's a witch. What you need to do, you need to pass a temperature that will be able to neutralize that color. That is when you know that is the right temperature for blonde. You can say to me, MJ, I've done that. But then the hair was still not straight. The color changed. I've done the transformation, but the hair wasn't straight at the end, MJ. What I do? Okay, you understood that the purple solution is weaker than the brown, right? And I'm using this because I'm at home today, very sick, as you can see by my voice. And I don't have a bottle here to show you, so this is my bottles today. You got the purple, which is weaker, and the hair that it's very coarse. What you do, you're gonna mix the solutions together. Half and half, MJ, no half and half. You have to put more of the purple because the hair needs the pigmentation. So it needs to be 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. It shouldn't be 50-50. It needs always to be more of the purple solution. Understand? But the hair is really coarse. So put 40% of the brown, 60% of the blonde. Because you need a bit more of the blonde. Do I measure? I don't measure. I just do on my eyes. I put more of the purple and less of the brown. But you can measure if you feel more safe about the quantities, okay? You just need to be able to see the purple color on the bowl. It needs to be a still intense color on the bowl. So then you'll be able to transform that hair to a more ashy tone. Because this ashy tone is important. The ashy tone is what prevents you of making the hair to become brassy. Okay? Now a very important, very, very, very important point about the pre-treatment. A lot of people still don't understand the reason why we use the pre-treatment. I will try to explain to you very clear now. You look to the hair and you say, this hair will not support the heat. This hair is damaged, elastic, dry, over-processed, has done chemical straightening, perm, keratin, nanoplasty that from any other brand. So it might be something underneath that I don't know that I need to treat. So what is the purpose of using the pre-treatment? The purpose is I have to use a certain amount of heat, which I'm not safe to use because this hair doesn't look healthy enough to receive the heat. So what is the function of the pre-treatment? I will give enough nutrients, I will give enough hydration, and I will reconstruct this hair prior. So when I use the heat, I don't damage this hair. But you know what I see people doing a lot? They do the pre-treatment and then they go very low on heat because they're scared of damaging the hair. And then the hair obviously gets very shiny, very soft, very, very, very nice on the feeling. It feels amazing, but it doesn't get straight. And why? Because you were scared of applying heat on their hair. I would be scared as well if I didn't have done the pre-treatment. Understand? Guys, I need you to put the thumbs up and say, yes, MJ, I'm clear about that. The pre-treatment is my way of using the proper temperature without creating dehydration or damage or extra damage on that hair. Please put your thumbs up. I really need you guys to understand this. It's not an easy concept. And I understand that you may feel like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't realize. I understand. We've been talking about keratin for 20 years. Now I've been here for the last 5 years telling you something, and I don't expect you that met me yesterday, 2 months ago, to say, oh yeah, it's clear. I don't expect that. And that's why I'm here every Monday and Wednesday, because I want to make sure that you guys are 100% on that page. Great. Thank you so much. Majority of you that said yes are my student from the course. See how important it is to be a student from the course? They are so clear about that, because we go deep into the information. We navigate, we penetrate inside of the information. It becomes clear. So I want you guys to be able to feel safe about the redo. But now, when can I redo the hair? I've done a hair after 3 days. When, MJ? I went to the expert with a model. And then I was doing the demonstration, blah, blah, blah. Whoever came to the expert knows how I am. I teach the whole day along. So then there was this lady, she was like, can I pass the straightener? Can you look at me passing the straightener? And I did see her passing the straightener a few times. But then, we don't know what happened. The store just got like, a lot of people in asking, and I let her to do the iron for a few passes. So those areas where she did, the girl on the expert, she had Afro kinky 4C hair type. Really, really, really curly and tight. The curls very tight. So we needed to use the comb, the tension, and also pass the straightener, holding the straightener a bit stronger on the hair. She didn't do that. She used the comb. She was doing very lightly, about 3 or 4 passes. So when I came back, everything looked the same, because you know that the hair looks the same after a few passes. So I continue and I continue and I continue. And when I washed the hair at the end, there was one section where it was a bit wavy still. And I was like, oh. And the lady said to me, it's fine, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. But she had a prom in a few days. So it was her, like, the most special time for a teenager. So I said to her, don't worry, I will fix it. Just give me a few days to organize everything, because it's such a mess during the expo. And then I said to her, after 3 days, come back, I will redo it. I've redone that part, rinsed it out, everything. Beautiful. MJ, there is any extra care I need to take if I'm gonna do a redo? Yes, you do. You just done heat to the hair. You need to do the pre-treatment to be able to recover the hydration that it missed after passing the straightener. And then you can redo safely. Obviously that, remember, this is so important. The canvas that you are starting the redo is not the same that you started on the beginning. So the amount of passes shouldn't be the same, because you are starting in a hair that is straighter than when you started for the first time. But product-wise, you shouldn't be worried. Can I apply Nanoplasty on top of where I already have Nanoplasty? If it's Floractive, you can 100%. There is no issue of applying product on top of product if they are from Floractive. But if you say to me, I've done Nanoplasty from someone that, created a private label, I will say no, I don't recommend. I would do the pre-treatment before, and I will wait at least 30 days, But if you are doing Nanoplasty on top of Nanoplasty by Floractive, there is no problem whatsoever of you applying on top. Obviously, that taking the extra care. You need to do a pre-treatment, a good pre-treatment to give back the hydration. Also use the proper straightener, and also passing the straightener less passes than what you've done on the beginning, because you're not starting from a fresh canvas. You're starting from a canvas that is already have some sort of straightening result. Understand? Guys, if you have any question about redo, we're going to be now on our inbox responding you by text, because by voice it's been quite hard today. But thank you so much for your time here. I really love the time we spent together. I love your audience and how much you guys are sharing and reposting our stories and our posts. Is being so amazing. And I've got something very, very important to tell you that are here until now. We're going to have another event very soon where I'm going to teach you, hairdresser, how to achieve the OMG effect in hair straightening right on your first application. So if you'd like to learn more with me, that I've been doing nanoplasty for more than 5 years, that trained more than 1,000 hairdressers by now, it would be your chance to learn the right way of doing any hair type. So we're going to have this event very soon. Keep watching our social media, keep watching our lives, keep watching our posts, especially. We're going to talk, sorry, we're going to talk more about that. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a great week. We see each other on Wednesday, 12 p.m. again. Bye.